welcome everybody to the live studio tour of the Geekanoids studio. For those of you who didn't see my studio tour the first time round, I will be putting a link underneath this to the very first live studio tour. So when I first moved into this room to actually make all of my videos. Please enjoy, sit back, and I will guide you through what I use to produce the videos on the Geekanoids channel. So let's start on the desk. Let's start on the left-hand side of this desk. Now, the microphone that you're seeing here is the EditorsKeys SL300. It's a USB microphone, and I actually reviewed this a short while ago, and I was so impressed with it, I've actually kept it as part of my recording equipment. Now, the reason I've done that is it does very good audio, and I use it for all of my voiceovers, so a very good microphone. It comes in around about £100, just under £100 to purchase this. The additional bits that you're seeing on the mic stand here, this is just a cheap pop filter, and this is off of eBay, and that's going to cost you around about sort of £6 or £7 off of eBay, and they're not very expensive at all, but well worth adding one of these to any microphone, because when you're sort of speaking and you're doing words that begin with P, for example, it stops you getting horrible pops and clicks in your audio. So moving just down underneath the microphone here, this is the microphone stand I want you to concentrate on first of all. This is a Hercules microphone stand. It's got a very sturdy base to it, and if I just come around to a side view, you can also sort of adjust the height of it very easily using this section here. And then round the back there's a little catch, which means you can actually lift the whole microphone off. Really easy to use, and again, the Hercules stand is not that expensive. It's probably round about sort of the £20 mark to buy one of these Hercules stands. Now, just behind the stand you can see one of my speakers just down here. This is a Palo Alto Cubik speaker. Again, I reviewed this on the channel probably about 3 months ago now, and I will be putting a link to all of the products that you see in this studio tour in the video description. You might even find that some of these items are clickable and it will take you to the relevant video. So that's one of the speakers, and then the other one's just sitting over in that corner over there. Just behind my monitor here, it's not in use at the moment, but that's the BlueLounge Sumo, that's for cable management. And then just coming round to this side, this is a Lexar USB 3 card reader. This reads compact flash and SDHC cards. Really useful little device this, and it sort of pops up and down like so you can gain access to the slots. Really good and fast for getting data on and off your memory cards. Now, the two memory cards sitting down here, I probably own about 30 of these memory cards, but these are the main two brands that I use all of the time. The first one here is a SanDisk Extreme Pro, 45 megabytes per second, very fast card. And then sitting next to it, we've got an even faster card, a Lexar Professional card, 16 gigabytes, 600 times speed. I think that maxes out around about 90 megabytes per second, so very fast card. You're going to pay a premium for this sort of card, but it's well worth getting a fast card if you do a lot of video work. Then just here, we've also got my iPhone. This is my iPhone 4S in white, absolutely love it. Probably the best mobile phone on the market still. These Android phones that are coming out are challenging it, yes, I will admit that. Really looking forward to seeing the Samsung Galaxy S3, but the iPhone 4S, definitely the best phone for me anyway at the moment. And then coming forwards on the desk, here we have got my iPad 3. I went for it in the white, and again, great for consuming media. I use this for business use as well, so if I don't want to take a laptop whilst I'm on the move, then the iPad 3 comes along with me. And then we'll just move around. Before I finish the desk off over there, because there's a few more things on the desk, I'm just going to stick to this side of the room because we've got a few bits of my recording equipment here. Now, first of all, these are my Rotolights. You sort of click them on like so. I'm going to blind you all here. So these are my Rotolights, and this is what I place either side of products when I actually review them. They're sitting on top of Vanguard SP31 tripods. They're little mini table tripods. Now the tripods are probably around about 25 to 35 pounds, and the Rotolights come in at around about £90 each. They are quite expensive, but you can see you can add these different gels inside and they diffuse the light. They're great for doing product reviews. And then just to the side here, I've just got a Griffin audio cable. I use this if I'm connecting a wireless mic to my camcorder, and that is purely because it's a nice high quality cable, so definitely worth getting a high quality 3.5mm audio cable. And then just in front here, we've got my glasses case for some reason. And then this is one of my heads for my photography. I use this with my slider, which I'm going to show you in a short while. And this is a Manfrotto 494 head. And that just allows me very quickly and easily to put whatever camera I'm using onto my slider. And then this is a new addition to me. This is the X-Shot. You can get these at xshot.com. And this is extendable. I can't extend it because I've only got one free hand. But it allows you to put a camera on the threaded mount here and then sort of take self videos or sort of video yourself while you're vlogging. And I've been using this in some of my latest vlogs on the Geek Vlogs channel. It allows you to sort of extend it way out and get a nice shot of yourself and whatever you're videoing. So a really great little device. And then just behind here, I don't know if I can show you this without pulling all my wires out, but this is my glide track. This is a glide track hybrid, and that's my slider. You can just see it down to the floor there. And this is what I use for doing panning shots in some of the videos that I produce. Don't use it too much on YouTube, but for the commercial videos, I use the glide track a lot. It's about 1 meter long, I think, that one. And then just before I move over to show you the camera, this is the famous spinning table. So I have still got the spinning table, and I used to use this a lot for my videos, not so much now, but it has still remained inside the studio. And then just under the desk there is another tripod. That's another Vanguard tripod. It's an Alta 204 AP tripod, which I use mainly for mounting the camcorder, not the camera. And then let's have a look at the newest addition to the studio. This is the 5D Mark III. And it's sitting on top of a Manfrotto video head and carbon fiber tripod. This is my main tripod that I use for the videos. The actual tripod base is a 755 CX3, and this is a 501 HD video head. It's one of these fluid heads, so you can actually, it's got like a counterbalance weight, so if you move it, it will actually go back into the right position. I've got that feature turned off at the moment, but it sort of self-levels, and it allows you to do beautifully smooth panning shots. And then of course sitting on top of that video head is the Canon 5D Mark III, and then we've got the 16 to 35mm L lens from Canon sitting on top of the 5D Mark III. And this has just been unboxed on the Geekanoids channel. Again, links to all of these products will be underneath the video, and I'll even put annotations on some bits so you can click through to the videos. But this 5D Mark III, before I move on, is an awesome camera, full frame camera from Canon, and it will become the main camera that I use for the Geekanoids channel videos. And then a very quick look just over here. This is one of my studio lights. Now, normally I have these facing the other way round, but I didn't want to blind you when I was showing you this. But I've got 3 of these, and normally I have 2 on whilst I'm recording. And normally they're facing me with diffusers, but I put the umbrella on behind it just so that you get to see what I use. But I don't have them normally set up like this. And then we just move around. There is a sofa there which I sit on whilst I'm testing media centers. And then over in the corner there, and I'm going to have to do a wide angle shot for you on this because I'm actually running out of wire. We've got the chair where I sit to do my iPad reviews, and then on the table there, now you're going to see a wide angle view, but if you watch the uploaded video from this, you'll see some new kit just sitting there. There is a GoPro Hero 2 HD camera. It's one of those action cameras, and I will be actually using this to produce quite a lot of my videos, and you're going to see this in action probably around about the beginning of June. And then just over the back of the room there, I've got an iBook and then Mac format, which I sort of read very, very regularly. And then we just come round here. So we'll give you a little look at a few other bits in the studio. So these are the two sort of stools that I use. I use these for some of my product shots, and also I use them to sit on if I'm just doing a quick sort of chat to somebody. I've used them on occasion, not too often, and they also appeared in that famous Mario video that you all saw. And then moving around here, we have got the Dyson Hot. This is one of their really cool products for heating. Another one of those chairs. And then just coming around here, that is a Rel T5 subwoofer. And again, this setup on the left here is what I use when I'm testing media centers and bits and pieces that require a screen. So if I'm doing game reviews, then I use this screen here. It's a 46-inch Sony Bravia TV. And then just underneath the TV, if I just go down here, you can see an OnLive console, and also under there a Hopag PVR capture, which I use for the gameplay footage, and that's connected over to the Mac Mini, which you'll see in a short while. And then just underneath there, we've got an Xbox 360. We've got various controllers charging, a PS3, and then we've got an AV amplifier, and what have we got here? We've got a Blu-ray player, and then a extreme base station from Apple just tucked away under there. There are a few more bits that I can just about show you. There's sort of a quality of service Ethernet switch just tucked under there as well, made by Netgear. It's a really good product actually, and well worth getting something like that if you want to connect consoles to it. We've also got a little headset, Bluetooth headset there from Sony, and then coming up on top we have got Microsoft's Connect, and then one of my speakers. It's a monitor audio radius speaker. And if I just come around here, I've got one of these, both sides, I've got two of these radius speakers, one here, and then if I zoom all the way around out to this angle, we've got another one up there, and then another one up there. So these are the sort of surround sound speakers that I use whilst I'm testing media centers and games and watching the odd film or testing a subwoofer. This is all of the system that I use for doing those sort of reviews. Then we've got a couple of my pictures. Now you've all seen this one. This is the New York 5th Avenue Apple store, and this is printed onto a canvas just to decorate the studio. And then this one is probably my favorite actually. This is the Steve Jobs canvas that I got printed. Now when Steve Jobs sadly passed away, I was considering taking that down but decided to keep it up there. Let's move down to this part of the studio. We have got Logitech wireless keyboard, a Dell mouse and the Alienware X51, and this is the latest addition to the studio probably when it comes to computers, and I'm really enjoying testing this actually. I'm not a Windows fan, but this is going to allow me to test some PC software from time to time. And then we just continue to look at these. These are really cool. A company called red5.co.uk sent me these, and these are coasters. Really cool coasters actually, and they've just got sort of LMAO, WTF, LOL and OMG on them, so a little bit of fun there. And then we've got the BlueLounge Nest just tucked away in the corner there with my knife for opening products, and a Nuka watch. This has got like a rotating face on it, and I love watches, and this is sort of a really cool watch. Let's give you a little closer look at that. Very cool indeed. And then just tucked away under here on this bottom shelf here, we have got my Hahnel MK100 mic, my Rode Videomic Pro, my Olympus LS5 recorder just at the back here. Then we've got my Olympus LS100 recorder, and these two recorders, this one and this one, I've covered these both on the channel, and these are used for off-camera audio. And then we've got here a product that you'll be seeing on the Geekanoids channel very soon. This is the Samson AirLine Micro. This was sent to me by purelygadgets.co.uk, and I've been testing this over the last couple of weeks. Very, very good audio quality and an awesome wireless microphone system. Then we've got BlackBerry Playbook at the back here again. I'm testing this at the moment, be bringing you some coverage of this. And then round on this section here, I've got my Hahnel Twin V Pro, which is a charger, and I can charge a couple of batteries at the same time. Then we've got my Sony HX20V, which is again a new addition for me, but this is the camera I've been using for my vlogs on the Geek Vlogs channel. And then a little hidey hole around the corner here. You're not really meant to see this bit, but I've just got a spare cable here, a spare battery for my camcorder. I've got a variable ND filter at the back here, and the Canon 50mm 1.4 lens. And then here is my favourite laptop. This is my 13-inch MacBook Air, and I absolutely love it. Awesome laptop, and it's got a spec see-through case, a satin one actually, on the laptop. Really cool laptop, and I absolutely love my MacBook Air. This is an awesome laptop. If you need something that's good performer, nice and light to take out with you, then MacBook Air all the way. And then just before I show you my little toys up the top here, this is just some of the review products I've got stored down here. Some I've already reviewed, some are coming up soon. I've got some gaming mice there that are coming up on the channel soon, and also a Video Studio Pro X5, which is something I'm going to be uploading tonight actually, and there's going to be a giveaway at the end of that video. And then on the tops of my shelves I've got my Angry Bird, probably my favourite piece in the studio. This was a Christmas gift from David Jr. and I absolutely love it. Love my Angry Bird. And then we've got some domos. People are always asking what these are. These are domos. Lovely little figures, and I use these in my photography and video tests. Then we've got a little Western Digital figure. We've got my little mini MacBook Air, and then we've got my Toy 2R figures with a domo in the middle. And again, these Toy 2R figures are the figures that I use in some of my video and photo tests. And then up the top here, we've got an old Olympus Trip 35, which is an actual film camera from the days of film. So let me just move back to complete this desk portion here, because there's a couple of bits I haven't covered. The first thing I'm going to show you here is the tripod that the camera was mounted onto a minute ago. And this is a Manfrotto Modo 785B. Very, very simple tripod, but it's nice and compact. So I had my camera and my web camera mounted on this a short while ago. And then central position on the desk is the monitor that we're doing the live stream on. You can see the live stream window there. And this is an NEC Multisync EX231WP. Very nice monitor, 23-inch, and it performs very well indeed. And then just coming down onto the desk, I've got a Logitech solar keyboard. I think it's a K750, and again, this is a really nice alternative to the Apple wireless keyboards, and it's got these solar panels on it as well, so it actually charges from the sunlight or from any sort of light really, and it keeps the internal battery charged up, and I've had no issues with this at all. Really good keyboard. And then Apple's Magic Trackpad. And then just down in here you can see the Mac Mini, which is the computer that I use in the studio. Logitech mouse there, and a few other cables and accessories down the bottom. And then something that people always ask me, what do you sit on? This is the chair I sit on in the studio, and this, believe it or not, was from Tesco, and I think it cost me round about the £70 mark. Really comfortable chair, and I also got it because not only is it comfortable, but it does look really nice as well, and matches in with the rest of the studio. Now, a couple of things I almost forgot, and this is again because I get so many viewer questions. The desking that I use, this is all from IKEA, and it's a combination of table legs and just tabletops. They're very cheap, and the reason I went for this is when this tabletop gets dirty, you can swap these out for about 10 or 11 pounds. And then one last thing that I always get asked a lot on is back to the shelves here, these white and orange shelves. These were from Mojo Living, and they were round about the £70 to £80 mark, and you can put them in any combination, so I can stand these up in different configurations, and they just do a really good job of displaying things and being really functional as well. So that's it for the studio tour. I hope you all enjoyed it.